Assalamu alaikum. My name is Banaje. Everyone calls me Peggy. I'm a senior physiotherapist from Greece. I work in a private clinic and also I'm on my 4th year of osteopathy. I came in Saudi Arabia because I had a job offer at a private clinic, and I thought it was an amazing opportunity to go outside of Europe, meet new people, new culture, and see new things. I knew that since I was younger, I wanted to study something to do with helping people. I wasn't sure at first what I wanted to do. I was thinking some pure science, like biology, like chemistry, then doing a master on top of that. But then I thought about physiotherapy, mostly because of my brother. He's an athlete, so he had a lot of injuries. He needed someone to take care of him. And I'm the younger sister. So he proposed this to me, like, why don't you go for physiotherapy? And I gave it some thought. And I went for physio. And I was so lucky to go there because when I went into that and I saw what is this about, because before that I didn't even need physiotherapy. But going into that field, educating myself, it felt like a part of me. Once I had the job offer, the first thing that I did was Google Saudi Arabia. First thing that came up was the 2030 vision. But then I did some more digging and I saw how the people here are trying to be more open and bring more expats and make this culture a bit more open for everyone. So I thought that I would face a few challenges, but I was up for it. Being part of Riyadh is an amazing experience. Everyone has been very welcoming, and I'm really lucky to say this. I have met some amazing people. People have opened up their homes, they're treating you like you're one of their own. I feel like this culture resembles a lot my home. People are being very open, just like home. And the food also is kind of similar, so that's an extra for me. Being in Saudi Arabia is like doing something new pretty much every day. There is something going on everywhere. Being in the desert, being in the city, so I have something to do always, all the time. I have been only in Riyadh so far, but I have visited the desert quite a few times. I have been on a farm. I rode a camel once. That was an experience. And yeah, so far no, but I plan to go on a road trip in about a year. I would love to visit Alula, of course. I would love to be in Jeddah and going to Dammam, visiting a few different cities and villages would be in my bucket list for now. A lot of similarities between Greek people and Saudi people about hospitality. The way that they open up their homes, you're so welcome. From the food that they're gonna feed you to what you're gonna drink, like you don't go out of the house like with an empty belly or an empty heart. You're full. And that's also true in home. Like when you step into our home, you feel like you're a part of it. I visited once a restaurant, eating on the floor, kapsa, a baby lamb. It was one of my favorite experiences. I ate with my hands. The first time ever. I loved it. Like the way that you cook the lamb, the way that you cook the meat, it's similar to us. There are so many similarities in food, like the way that you cook it, the way that you prepare it, so it hits like home. I have been to quite a few Riyadh season events in Boulevard City. It's very close to my home and I like to visit it, I like to walk there. I have been to a few parks, I have been to Diriyah. I went to Middle East this year. It was an experience. As an event, it's an amazing. Like, you can see everything there. 7 stages, amazing names, amazing singers. At the work, at the job, at the clinic, I'm very lucky that I have very nice people with me, working with me, that they drove me around, like they give me things. Of course, this is a big thing here. And at the beginning, even though I was kind of, you know, maybe a little bit set back because it's also a work environment, just as time goes by, I feel more and more comfortable. In my job, it's very interesting that you see a lot of people, different people, from someone old to someone like really young, from a child like or an athlete or someone that has been like kind of lazy in their life. You see it all. And it can be a little bit of challenging sometimes, not just because of people, but because of the road of recovery. It's not a straight line, it never is. It goes up and down. So that also frustrates people sometimes. But this is something that you have to deal with it and educate also your patient that it's not every day that it's perfect, just like life. When people come and visit me because they're having pain, sometimes that pain can be translated in many things. It's not just physical, sometimes it gets psychological. You're the one that they trust and you have to explain to them, like, it's okay. It's okay to have a bad day. It's okay. You're gonna get over it. And it's not just that. Like sometimes, especially with chronic cases, what affects us psychologically is what comes to our bodies. It's also being evident in our bodies. Chronic pain in the medical field is something that it cannot be truly explained. But with acute pain, it's something totally different. And when you have done a surgery, when you had an accident, you know the process, you know what comes. Chronic pain, it can be frustrating. It can be frustrating. You have to re-educate the way that your body behaves, the way that the brain works, and it's a process. Having people after surgery, sometimes they're not familiar with what comes after the surgery. So the first stage is I have to explain to them what comes after that. And each of that has a different modality, a different goal. The first stage is what we focus on, the later stage is what we focus on, and then the chronic case. Like, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna face this? How are you gonna be strong enough? Because that's the thing, that you want to be strong. To be able to have a healthy lifestyle. You have to go through that with your patients, and you get frustrated because you study and study and study and try your best, and your patient tries your best, and sometimes it just doesn't work. So that challenges me as a physiotherapist, challenges me as a person. I try to do better, I try to be better, but I also try to suggest to my patients that if we don't see results after 2 or 3 sessions, then I refer them. What gets me really excited about my work is seeing people getting better. I know it's just a cliché, but I really mean it. When I see someone living their best life, because that's the goal. You're coming for physiotherapy because you want to be better, you want to feel better, you want to have a healthy lifestyle and live your life to the fullest. So when I see people achieve their goals, whatever they are, like playing with their grandkid, or maybe hitting a ball, like scoring a goal after a severe injury for them, because they're athletes. Seeing them meeting their goals is what gets me going. Usually my mornings, it includes my morning coffee, of course. If I have my Greek coffee, I will have my Greek coffee. I'm team go for Saudi coffee, the Arabic coffee. I really like it. It was kind of intense at the first time. I think it's turmeric, what you put inside, but I drink turmeric every morning in my smoothie. So it was like my go-to drink. Usually on my days off, I also meal prep. So if I have done that during the week, I try to fix my lunch for the day, have my breakfast, maybe something that I baked, and have a quiet morning before all the madness, like maybe reading my book, chilling in the TV. Because of my patients, I have a lot of basketball players. They got me into basketball. So now I'm trying to shoot a few balls, to play a little bit, to challenge myself along with my patients. And also what I love to do is yoga and Pilates. I think yoga translates in such an important part of the day in order to keep you present with the stretching, with the breathing, with the mentality of it. And also, I'm a big fan of Pilates, and I suggest this to all of my patients. If you can, do Pilates, especially reformer. It's so good for your posture, it's so good for your body. It trains muscles that they're deep and they're responsible for your posture. And these are muscles that you cannot train in the gym. It's not like your quads. It's something totally different. A typical day in the clinic, it includes two parts on my side. So I either have my rehabilitation with my patients, which are cases like after a surgery perhaps, and we have reached the point that we go back to the gym, or I have my clinic sessions with my patients. And also the rehabilitation, it's not only about the rehabilitation, it's also about prevention. So maybe some cases that I had after my clinic sessions, they have reached their goals. I try to refer them to the gym to do some specific exercises so they will not come back to me, so they will not need me after all. And they know how to do it, they get educated. And it's not just for them, it's for all people, like older people, that they want to take care of themselves. And we have I work with a preventive program about that. Preventive about strength, about falls, about balance. Two more. One more, perfectly. Now let's go that way.
Okay.
Good. So I had a second patient with low back pain. This is very common nowadays because we sit in an office or maybe running a lot and we keep ourselves, like our health, maybe not as a high priority. So this is very common. But especially with low back pain patients, we have to keep in your mind and in our minds that not every case is the same. We have to do an assessment, a full assessment of the body to see what's wrong, because we also have to keep in our minds that everything is connected in our bodies. It's not just, okay, I have back, I have a shoulder, I have a knee, and that's it. No, like from the foot that's gonna touch the ground, because the foot touches the ground and all the gravity, all the forces coming up. If something is wrong there, then the whole chain is gonna get a little bit imbalanced. So we have to check everything, and this takes some time. my days off, I like to meal prep just to get ahead of my week because I have a very active lifestyle. Like I can be on top of my 2 feet for like 12 hours per day, and that's normal. I also like to bake. I love to bake. This week bake was cinnamon rolls. And I also like to catch up with my friends that sometimes I don't get the chance to see them that often as much as I would like. I go to the gym, especially with one of my friends. She's dragging me there every time that I'm missing our session. She's like, girl, you have to come, and I'm going there. And sometimes you just need some time to yourself. So if I need that, what I'm going to do is just chill, recharge, read a book, Netflix, whatever is needed. The words that I know in Arabic are from the kind girls that they're trying to teach me. So I know a few words in Arabic about my work, like Amelia, Alam, Hina, Kida, Fok, Halas. I learned how to count from 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I know up until 10. When I first mentioned to my family that I'm going to Saudi Arabia for work, it was kind of a shock. But they are so there for me. They always try to give me the best. Like, that's what family is for. So when, after a while, like, my mother got used to the idea that I'm going outside of home, outside of Greece, outside of Europe. She was really excited about that. And actually, I'm expecting her in a few months to visit Saudi Arabia, and I hope my brother can make it like pretty soon. What I miss the most about Greece is honestly the sea. I have lived my whole life by the sea, so coming to the middle of the desert was a big step for me. And like I could see the sea from my home, and going to the sea was something like I could do it daily. So that's what I miss the most. This, my family, my friends, of course, and how often I could go like out, see them. Like, I'm here now, I can be to my friend's house in like 2 minutes. Here it's kind of crowded. One of the interesting things that Saudi Arabia had taught me was to get out of my comfort zone. Leaving home, leaving my family, going out of Europe, to be in a different culture. Which challenges you, because you're not used to this. But it was something that I wanted to do, because in order to get to know people, you have to experience this firsthand. Getting to know a new religion, getting to know people from that, getting to know people that you didn't actually know how they were thinking, because you don't know about how social media projects some things. I wanted to be the one that makes up my mind and have my own opinion. What I would miss the most about Saudi Arabia is the experiences that I had here, being out of my comfort zone, meeting the new people, feeling safe, and the way that people eat from the floor. That's nice, that's unique. And actually the friends that I have met here and I have connected with. What I tell my family is that I feel very safe here. And of course, like, they always question me about work, but work is work. And what have I visited today, what have I done today that they might not know, and they get to experience it through me. And also, of course, about the frustrations of the day, the happy moments of the day. Παιδιά, η εμπειρία ως ώρες εδώ είναι πάρα πολύ ωραία. Είμαι πάρα πολύ ευχαριστημένη από τη Σαουδική Αραβία και από το Ριάντ. Σας περιμένω, οικογένεια, φίλους και Ελπί, όποτε μπορείτε να έρθετε. Θα πάμε για φαγητό, θα πάμε στην έρημο, θα επισκεφθούμε το Riyadh Season με όλες τις εκδηλώσεις που έχει και εύχομαι να περάσετε το ίδιο όμορφο όπως εγώ.